Welcome. My name is Newman García, and I'll be guiding you through this energy reading. Just have some selenite here, Sheila, my aunt. Just clearing the energy, asking for divine guidance and protection as I speak whatever is in your highest good in this present moment, here and now. Let's begin with a deep breath. Inhale from the bottom of your tailbone, climbing up your spine to the crown of your head. Exhale, soft sigh. Just allow yourself to relax, to be open to receive whatever it is that you're meant to hear right now. You know that's the key, right? To relax in order to receive. Because you're always receiving. You're always receiving whatever you are embodying in each present moment. Your physical body is translating the frequencies that you are magnetizing to you based on what you are magnetizing out. You're a magnet. And when you allow yourself to relax, every one of your 100 trillion cells responds. The thoughts that you receive are of a relaxed mind. Your organs function properly. Your muscles function properly. Your tendons relax. The fascia in your body clears any resistance. Before this reading, I practiced a flow that I'll be filming this week for Newman Flows. And that's the vibration that I'm feeling from this collective. Before I even pull any cards, it's you're accepting that you're allowed to live in a relaxed state of being. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone because you no longer need anyone to explain themselves. You realize that true wealth is optimal health, and the only thing that ever pulls anyone on this planet away from optimal health is when they're not allowing themselves to relax into their well-being, is when they're pushing against what they don't want or trying to pull what they do want to them. You don't have to put forth effort. The honeybee isn't out there yelling at the flowers, bloom, bloom, bloom. It simply knows that it will go to where the flowers are blooming. And the flowers don't have to yell, hey, I'm ready to be pollinated, come on, bee. They simply bloom and relax, and the bee comes. This world, this environment, the universe is a projection of your consciousness. And everything that you want is for the feeling of it. And you have entered the perception of time within our linear perspective of peace and relaxation, of ease and well-being. If you're on my channel, a part of my collective, our shared consciousness together, then you're in the easy phase. You're in the fun phase. You're in the gentle phase. Let's get into some cards. That was coming through really strongly though. And I know that now you're relaxed, especially if you've stayed for this 5-minute just chill. Because the more you do this, the more you allow your body to the easier life becomes. And you cannot explain how you got there through your words. Simply embody your state of ease and watch those who are wanting to achieve the same follow you in drones. You are a leader. I am a leader of leaders. I know that. When I ask Source to allow me to embody the infinite intelligence running to and through all, and to communicate to beings like you, I said, I don't want the babies. I want the ones who are on the leading edge of thought, who are co-creating this new earth alongside me. I want the leaders. I want the new earth luminaries. And that's who you are. Full body chills. If you know, you know. Full body chills is direct confirmation from Source for me. Everyone has some sort of physical confirmation they receive. Beacon of light. That's who you are. You are a lighthouse. And what a great example that ties to the flower honeybee analogy. The lighthouse doesn't go out into the water and try to save specific ships. It holds steady its light and knows that those who are seeking, those who need, those who are in resonance will find. Are there going to be ships that sink? Sure. But that's not this lighthouse's problem. It's not your problem. You can't. First of all, no one needs saving. That's a pill that if you haven't swallowed, it's time to. You're not here to save a broken world. Nothing's broken. Everything is perfectly balanced, and you are now the lighthouse. Maybe you're just now building your foundation. The light's not fully on yet. You haven't built up. You're figuring out where you are meant to be within this vast sea of consciousness. That's okay. But you're not here to save anyone. You're not here to help those who aren't asking. You're here to hold steady your ease. And when those who are seeking find you, you simply embody the solution. Embodiment. You can't explain this frequency. You embody it. Let's pull some tarot. I've already shuffled everything, so we'll pull from the top. 4 of Cups, luxury. You're entering the luxury of ease. And 4 of Cups can sometimes be being a little too relaxed, a little too easy, a little too like, I don't have to do anything. You came here to play human. You came here to co-create. You came here to experience contrast. So if you find yourself not taking action because you've just really only want to relax, that's okay. I can't tell you what's right or wrong, but just notice, am I still following my soul's calling? Or am I relaxing almost to a point of gluttony is the word that's coming in? To the point of getting as much as I can because I almost fear that I won't be able to come back to it. Ooh, that came through strong. That came through strong for someone. I promise you, you'll know how to come back. You will never go back to emptying your cups again. You will always be serving through overflow. So just notice yourself as you enter this phase of relaxed certainty, holding steady. The lighthouse is still turning on the light. It doesn't keep it off and just chill. It does turn it on. So just notice the balance. The name of the human game is balance, right? The Aeon. This is your soul's calling. This ties directly to this Four of Cups, me saying, are you still following your soul's calling? Because sometimes we can get a little too caught up into this understanding of our worthiness that we can be at ease always. You can still be at ease while lifting weights. You can. You can enjoy the ecstasy of adding resistance to your body if that is a calling to you. That is popping up on my radar lately, of the desire to do that again after realigning my physical vessel. The Aeon is your soul's mission. You know what that is, and you can relax into it. The honeybee knows how to pollinate. It doesn't need to study and analyze. It just starts and figures it out. Okay? That's a message for someone for sure. You don't need to learn more. You already know enough. Just start and put it out there. Maybe you're an artist. Maybe you simply want to start expressing new waves of consciousness to your friends, family, partner. Put it out there without expectation of anyone understanding it or needing to validate it, without needing them to be convinced by your art, by your creation. Just put it out there for the pleasure that it brings of putting it out there. And let it marinate. Let the thought waves, you're a seeder. You're a leader. We've talked about this already, and especially if you're still in this 12:12 on the clock. 12:12 has been popping up a lot. 12:21, the ones and twos. So notice that in your reality. You're a leader. And leaders teach through the clarity of their example. Sure, you need words every now and then. Sure, actions are needed every now and then. But it's really the clarity of your example, how you present yourself in the world, how you do the jobs that you do, whatever that might be. It's how you do them that uplifts those around you. Because in every environment that you're in, you are the one with this wave of consciousness that is there to be the ripple where others feel it. You're there to be felt. Let go of full body chills. Let go of needing a specific response from others. Let go of needing validation from others. Let go of needing any sort of confirmation that you're doing the right thing, because you are. This can be your confirmation, but you signed up as a leader to not need that validation, to simply know that it feels best to honor the source guidance within you, to ignore the noise of the world completely, and to know how to shift people's focus into well-being without condemning them for what they're speaking about, because you know everyone, this ties to the beginning message, you know everyone is translating that which they are, and that which they are is perfect in this present moment, because they cannot be anything other than that which they are, just as you cannot be anything other than that which you are right here and now. And when you relax into accepting everyone is a mirror, and you're the smile, you're the charmer, you're the complimenter, and you love doing it. You do. You love helping people feel better. You're a beacon of light. That's your soul's mission. You're a beacon of light. That's your soul's mission. You can hear my husband laughing in the background. He's a software engineer, and I tell him he knows all of this in a different way. And I say, yeah, you might be coding, but really, your laughter. It's your frequency. It's your introduction to the things that you cook and the way that we live, the conversations that you have. The coding is the surface, but it's your frequency that you're uplifting everyone. You don't need the title, this goes for you, anyone, of a leadership role to be the leader in the environment. Some of the best leaders on this planet are bagging your groceries. And I'm not kidding at all. You know how many people they impact as people go through their line? How much their energy is valued? How their ripple effect goes out into the world? We are entering this new earth where we recognize that every single being, not just humans, being, is of equal importance. True intelligence is understanding that every part, every particle is required for the whole to be in balance. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, it just is. And so when you let go, which is the phase that you're in, you relax into accepting, I am where I am, and where I am is perfect. The job that I have is perfect in this time and space. The thoughts that I have are perfect in this time and space. I will always be growing and experiencing newness. That is the human life experience. You are a beacon of light. That is your soul's mission, for sure. That's the primary message I'm getting from this. Let's pull a couple more tarot. And that is your fortune. Wheel of Fortune. The tides have turned. The times have turned. What is that saying? Someone tell me in the comments. I mess it up every time. The tides have turned, the times. Anyways, the wheel has turned, and it might not look like what you thought. I can resonate with this. I've been very fortunate in my life to be exposed to many different frequencies, and I still have strong desire, and I know all of them will be met, and relishing in the deliciousness of the present and finding my preferred state of being of ease and relaxed mind, peace, there's no greater fortune. There's no greater fortune. And the beautiful part is, once you enter that section of the Wheel of Fortune, your preferred state of being, and you have learned how to maintain it under all conditions. You know, you go to start your car and it doesn't start, and you take a breath. You might have a knee-jerk reaction, but you take a breath and say, must be some reason. Everything is perfect timing. So what am I supposed to experience from this? And the second you ask yourself that question, you know, you didn't get the job that you wanted, or you're not seeing the results of a creation that you might be working on. The second you ask yourself, what is my soul wanting to experience from this? And you deep breathe and relax, you'll see it. Maybe your soul wants you to just chill for an hour while you wait on the tow truck. Can you tell I had some car issues recently? But seriously, I was around some beautiful friends over the weekend, and they brought up some car issues, and it's interesting. Everyone receives their frequency. 1 billion people can experience the same event and all experience a different version of that event. We can all walk down the same street and see different things. Are you tuning to the frequency of source? Meaning, do you feel relaxed, at ease? Are you having fun? Are you realizing there's nothing serious going on here? That's the fortune. Are you tuning to your natural state of well-being, alignment? Does your body feel good? And if it doesn't, are you allowing yourself to accept where it's at and relax and focus your energy on everything else that does feel good? For someone out there, if your body's not feeling great, 1, go practice my yoga, Newman flows. 2, focus on your heart and lungs. If those two aren't working as you'd like, focus on something else that is, because your body has hundreds of trillions of cells. And I guarantee you, 99% of them are in working order. Your discernment of focus is fortune. That's the true fortune. That's the true fortune. Can you be satisfied under all conditions? And of course, the conditions you prefer will match because you get who you are. And that's your victory. 6 of Wands. This is your victory. You know what that is? Your victory is your ability to focus with effortless discernment. I liked that statement. Do you see? The words come through when you're relaxed. The solutions, problems, solutions, whichever side you want to focus on, because it doesn't matter. No such thing as right and wrong, good or bad. It all just is. It's finding that neutrality. It's finding neutrality in all. It's discernment of focus. Neutrality. And that's like the eye of the storm. And you're able to do that. And when you're able to do that, you can say, do I want to focus there or there? And I'm here to tell you, that's up to you. That's up to you. No one can make that choice for you. We are a perfectly balanced society. We are a perfectly balanced world. We are a perfectly balanced solar system, galaxy, universe, entirety of all existence. And only you have the power to decide, where do I want to focus my energy? And I can tell you right now, it's as simple as choosing what feels best. Choose what feels best. Because everything you want is for the feeling of it anyways. So it is only logical to focus in the direction of what feels best. And yes, that means turning the other cheek. There's a lot of stories. 1 second, drink some water. I was speaking with my friend at a dinner party this weekend. And I said, there are billions of stories going on. I have a story, you have a story. There's stories on TV. You can tune to any station. YouTube has 1 million of them, billions of them, trillions of them probably. Which one are you going to throw your attention at? Because whatever attention you're throwing, wherever you're putting it, it's growing, whether you wanted to or not. There's no such thing as no. You say no at something, you're pulling it in. There's no such thing as no. It's a law of attraction-based universe, and you know that. That's why you're here. You're 23 minutes into listening to this source resonance come through my vocal cords, through my mouth, into your ears, your eyes translating my visuals that are coming through. Because you are a leader of leaders. And you lead through the clarity of your example, through your embodiment of ease. You'll begin speaking to those around you in ways that you never have spoken before. And they'll mostly not say much, but some of them will say, I don't really understand what you're saying. And you'll say, that's okay. Because you know that it's the frequency transfer. That if they simply are listening, and you can tell because you're strong at making eye contact at this point in your story, you'll know. And you'll also know when to stop. They only need their cup filled with your overflow. Don't fill it over, don't spill it everywhere. Don't try and get them to understand everything that you've ever learned on the spiritual ascension. That's not your role. Your role is to give them the cookie, not the whole dozen. Just one, just a cookie. Here's a cookie. Thanks for listening to me. Honor the sacred. You know how you got here? You started honoring your body. Because your body is divine intelligence. It's sacred technology. It's the most important thing in your existence. And to be a leader of New Earth, it requires you to focus predominantly on your health. Because you cannot be a leader when you are not a leader of what we want as a human species, our evolution, when you're imbalanced. And when you're imbalanced, your health is optimal. You don't need to go to a doctor to tell you that you're healthy. We are evolving way past what science knows about the human vessel. And if you're 26 minutes in with me right now, then your DNA has upgraded to a point where you are past the human understanding of the evolution of us. If your doctor's not talking about your energetic body, your light body, your emotions, then they're not there, and that's okay. It's time to go all in on accepting your well-being by honoring the sacred and doing what you need to do to be the beacon of light that you are, which all that means is relaxing into your well-being and doing what feels good. That's the fortune. And that's your soul's mission. That's your soul's mission. You're here to embody well-being and then to teach the others around you that well-being without needing them to show you a specific condition to prove it. That's really important here. Don't notice the newness with those who are frequently around you. Notice the newness in your own physical body. If you're not balanced, if there's some physical stuff going on, don't judge yourself. There's no judgment coming from here. Notice the well-being in each day, and the more you focus, whichever direction that is what for you, into well-being, the more your body will naturally come into its alignment, and pretty soon you'll be of the frequency, ties to the beginning of the message, where you cannot receive the thought waves of lack of well-being. You will have tuned yourself to where they won't be magnetized to you. Let's pull one more. You are protected. Divine protection. You will be safe on this journey. I promise you, I've done it. That's why you're here. I told you at the beginning, I am a leader of leaders. Leaders are about newness. You're a trailblazer. You're the one who looks into the jungle and says, that way. There's no path, full body chills, there you go. There's no path laid out because you have tapped into your spiritual awareness and you know that you are divinely protected. And you know that when your car breaks down, that it's a divine protection. Rejection is protection. It's divinity saying, chill out. Let someone come help you. Maybe we need that repairman to be introduced to the frequency that you've tuned to. Did you hear that? You're 28 minutes in. This is vital for you. Maybe you're meant to be the cashier for the next 10 years because we're going to send people through your line in order to receive your frequency. Full body chills, they're not going away. Maybe you're meant to be on the ground level and to let go of trying to climb an illusory ladder that deems success because you're meant to be within the collective, holding steady your frequency, being the beacon of light. So much so that people shop on the days that you're working. Someone out there is a cashier at a grocery store for sure. Because you magnetize them to you because they need a hit of your frequency, and you know to honor the sacred, your physical vessel. It's your priority. You call out if you need to. You go part-time if that calls to you. Because you have a soul mission here. It's far more important than any metric humans are measuring. Far more important. Far more important. That's the message I have for you. I was called to pull one more, soul connection. Your soul connections will be magnetized to you. Stay put. That's coming through for someone. They're coming to you. They're coming to you in drones. They'll come to you through your creations. Maybe you're on the internet like this. They'll come to you at the grocery store. If you're that cashier that I'm talking to, comment below. I would love to know. And thank you for your service. We're all in this together. There's really nothing serious going on here. Just relax into your well-being. You're doing so well. And you are a leader among leaders. You will get every physical manifestation that you desire, but your primary fortune is your understanding, your victory of how to hone your energies to be unconditionally satisfied. And do you know how you've done that? For some reason, I have an itch on my... Maybe that's relevant for someone. Do you know how you've done that? You've let your inner child out. Children don't care where they're at. They're happy. You can pick them up and put them anywhere on the planet, and they will find something to be happy about because their frequency is of the receptivity of source intelligence, and it hasn't been clouded by all of the rhetoric of human fear that says there's right and wrong, good and bad, and that there's certain ways to be. And that's what you've released. You've lifted the veil. You've lifted the veil. And it feels right. It feels good. And you know that you are worthy to live the life of your desires. You are a beacon of light. You are divinely protected. And it's time for you to recognize that you're exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. And it's all good. You cannot measure worth based on a human metric, for the fact that you are breathing is your proof that you are equally as worthy as every other being on this planet, in this universe, and all that is. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Comment below with a white heart. And if you'd like a private reading, newmanflows.com. I'd be honored to guide you through whatever it is that you're going through. Nothing's off limits. You'll tune to your own intuition, just as you do with these readings. And you'll feel our inner beings dancing in the ethers together as I speak, whatever it is that you're meant to hear as a unique individual on this planet. Thank you so much. Until next time, namaste.